Hey guys, my name's Caleb, and in this video, we're going to be talking about some exciting developments coming out of Ethereum, and a little bit later in the video, I'll be giving my mid to short-term price prediction on Ethereum. Before we get into that, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay in tune and up to date to all the latest developments in the space. Also, before I give any price predictions, I do want to say, do not invest anything based on what anybody's telling you, especially me. Always do your own due diligence. I'm giving my opinion and what I believe. I'm very bullish on cryptocurrencies right now, and I think that there's a lot of great things to come. I do my own research on, the backgrounds of coins and what I think is going to be happening, and I follow trends. But always do your own research and invest for yourself. This is not financial advice. Just take it as, just research. So anyway, let's talk about Bitcoin. It's going up to almost its previous all-time highs. It's looming right around 57,000, which 58 was its previous all-time high. Let's kind of zoom in here. 58 is looming its all-time high. So I'm kind of skeptical right now. Long-term, obviously, I'm bullish on both of these, but I'm a little bit skeptical. I think that usually whenever we hit, just like in 20,000 back here, once we got close to the all-time high, we kind of pulled back and reconsolidated here. And then I think that's, likely. I could be totally wrong. I think that might be happening again once we hit this. May have a little pullback down to somewhere around here. But that is actually short-term bullish for Ethereum. Whenever Bitcoin is approaching its all-time high, a lot of people kind of get worried with altcoins because once Bitcoin does its thing, everything else bows down to the king. So, Ethereum, before I get into my price prediction, I do want to say my only con to Ethereum, I hold I would say 80% of my portfolio in these two. That's just my personal preference. I like to be a little bit safer with the majority of my my portfolio in these two, and I kind of switch back and forth. My biggest things I love about Bitcoin is that it's already done what it's set out to do. It's a store of value. It's globally accepted. People, whether you like it or not, people see value in it, and it's a safe thing to protect against inflation. It's brilliant because of the ease of use and the blockchain, and it is a set fixed market cap of 21 million. That's all there ever will be. So as time goes on and it becomes more scarce, the value of it increases. So especially whenever Jerome Powell announces another 1.9 trillion straight off the press, that makes Bitcoin look very, very tasty in my opinion. Ethereum, on the other hand, does not have a fixed market cap. It is, you could say, inflationary. In fact, let me show you. Just in the last year, if you go to Ethereum Supply, this is YChart's Ethereum Supply. Just in the last year, Ethereum was at 110 million market cap. Not market cap, circulating supply. And then we are now at 115 million. So just in the last year, that's a 4.5% increase. And that's a lot, especially because everybody's freaking out that, the inflation of the US dollar is like right around, I think 2% is what, they're trying to maintain it around 2% the long term. And that's a lot. A lot of people look towards Bitcoin and talk about how that's good. Well, Ethereum, on a long-term scale, albeit it's going to make me subscribe. On a long-term scale, it's even more. But I'm going to talk about why I think that this is going to be going down, and that is short-term at least very bullish. And long-term, we're going to Ethereum 2.0, which is a whole nother story. But short-term, let's talk about it. So, in this article, it's a great article by Christine Kim on CoinDesk. She talks about the fixed supply of Bitcoin and how that kind of is different than Ethereum. But I'm going to go down here. If you look at the, let's read here. Like Bitcoin, Ethereum has a fixed issuance schedule. For every block produced on the network, Ethereum issues 2 new coins into circulation every time a block is mined, or basically, right? No matter the number of active users, number of transactions, or the marketplace price of Ether, the total supply is programmed to increase gradually, which is down, by the way, from, you see this, spike. It was like 5 coins every time, and then it went to 3, and then 2. I think it shows Oh yeah. So 2 years ago, the fixed supply or the fixed issuance of Ether was 3. 2 years before that, it was 5, and now we're down to 2. While the block reward issuance schedule is subject to change, an important takeaway from these updates is that Ethereum developers have never increased the Ether supply issuance. They've consistently aimed to reduce it, and in fact, plan to do so even further going into Ethereum improvement proposal EIP 1559. So if you guys aren't familiar, this is huge. Please do all the research you can on EIP 1559. It was just voted on and it was approved. And so now in July, they're aiming for July for it to be activated. And this is actually going to be adding a deflationary aspect to Ethereum. And as this news kind of circulates, I think that especially if we see Bitcoin kind of do a little calming down here and it kind of moves sideways for a little bit after it hits, or if it bounces off that resistance, I think that that is going to be really cool, especially with EIP 1559 coming out. People are going to start to realize that EIP 1559 was originally proposed to make transaction fees on Ethereum more predictable for users. The proposal introduces a base fee for all transactions. I've talked about this on a couple other videos, but base fee on all transactions that is automatically calculated based on the network activity, and once paid, it is immediately burned. So it's not going to, EIP 1559 isn't going to make transaction fees cheaper. It's only going to make them more predictable and more consistent. And instead of all of that entire transaction fee going to the miners, a big portion of it, actually a majority portion of it, is going to get burned. So if we continue on the trend, which here's the Ethereum transaction count. If we continue on the trend we're on right now with the transactions and the volume in activity on the network, it's actually going to be deflationary for quite some time, or at least until Ethereum 2 is pulled out. So let's see. If we read on here, what's more, Ethereum is transitioning to a more cost-effective and energy-efficient model for blockchain security known as proof of stake. This is the Ethereum 2. This transition to proof of stake, dubbed Ethereum 2.0, is expected to reduce the issuance rate of Ether from roughly 5% to less than 1% annually. So remember, just a minute ago, I was talking about right now we're almost 5%. You could say inflation or new issuance every year. With Ethereum 2.0, which is a little bit further on, mind you, but that's going to be bringing down the inflation to less than 1%. So that is really great. You can read on here about where we are with Ethereum 2 and the milestones we passed. I'm very excited for Ethereum 2.0. I've made that clear on the channel, but EIP 1559, I don't think people have really fully recognized how great that's going to be short term, and how, you know, this 5% consistent grow up here of inflation, you could say, into Ethereum is now, for the first time, we're going to see it actually dip if everything continues on the trend and everything passes in July with EIP. Well, it already passed, but if it's implemented like we're expecting in July. So what you guys are here for is my price prediction. So again, not financial advice. Don't trade anything or buy anything based on my opinion. Do your own research. I can't hammer that in anymore, but I will tell you guys that I have been long-term bullish for a long time on Ethereum. I actually made a bet with one of my buddies back, let's see, let me go to the short-term. Oh, we're in market cap. That's why. Okay. Or no, we're not. Let me see. Ethereum. See, it's okay. Here we go. Way back when it was like $350, I made a bet with my friend that it would go to $1,200. It was only like, I think we bet on meatloaf or something like that, or a dinner. And it did. It hit that $1,200. I want me some meatloaf. And then my next price target is double that. I think $2,400 is going to be something that it does. And I'm not just spitting this out into the air. I like to look at history to be an indication of what's going to be happening in the future. And I'll do a little bit more of a deep dive into this later, as this video is already getting pretty long. But the reason I'm saying 2,400, at least short term, long term, obviously the utility of Ethereum and what Web 3.0 is going to bring is I mean, it's going to be insane. I'm not going to put a number on it. I'll just tell you that long term I am holding, and I will continue to buy more and any dip I possibly can, because long term Web 3.0, people have no idea what this is going to be bringing to the economy of, you know, the whole entire civilization. But anyway, let's look at, you know, history as an indication. We see against Bitcoin, Ethereum does these huge spikes. This is the 2017 bull run right over here. And it did this huge spike where we were down at 0.01 valuation against Bitcoin. And we moved all the way up to 14%. So one Ethereum equaled 14% of a Bitcoin. And then we kind of calmed down. It usually settles off between around, let's see, it's for every one Bitcoin, there's 32 Ethereum is what it kind of usually settles out to. So 1 divided by 32, that's 0.031, which, let me get rid of this. It's kind of usually where we hang out at. It kind of, at least as of recently, you see we've kind of been looming in that area of 32. It'll kind of bounce up and back down between there. And it recently ran all the way up to 0.042, and then it's kind of had to come down because Bitcoin's been running up. So that's my, I would say, I didn't give a date on that, but I'll say, I want to say mid-April. Between now and mid-April, I see Ethereum doing a, you know, big run up, especially as EIP 1559 is introduced. And yeah, tell me what you guys think. I say 2,400 is definitely doable, and we could definitely blast past that. I would say even earlier, to be honest, that would be extremely, extremely, you know, bullish of me to say. But even, you know, by the end of March, I could see it hitting 2,400. But I'm going to say my official prediction would be 2,400 by mid-April. You know, second week of April, I could see us doing that because we hit 2,000 here. It's not going to show it. Oh, there it is. It's going to show it on this chart. Hit 2,000, and then as Bitcoin rebounded back, so did we, and we rebounded even harder. Now I could see, again, I'm going to be just repeating this over, sound like a broken record, but we could bounce off of this as Bitcoin does and pull back a little bit, and I definitely see that happening. But, you know, over the next several weeks as this news comes out and it becomes deflationary, especially, you know, in July, that's going to be very bullish for Ethereum. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys see as the short to midterm price for Ethereum? What are you guys going to be doing? Are you guys buying any dips that you possibly can? Let me know. Also, give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys would like to see in the future. And other than that, thanks guys for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.